Hare How's everyone doing so far? Good. And the words could be new, but we have heard this. So we'll come back to this. But if anyone has any questions, you can ask Nico or anyone to help us out. So I think now, which one would that be? The bottom right,
Not yet. Story time.
Story
time. So we've been chanting so much, but a lot of times, a lot of these mantras do have some context behind them. And so for the next two, there is a little bit of story. So the whole night tonight, it's titled Bhakti Bliss. Bhakti is devotion. It is the ultimate form of yoga because it's not only involving your mind or your body. It is literally every single action you do. Your very breath, the very action of your metabolism, everything that is your being is offered in love and devotion. And in order to really understand that, there's a little bit of a story I'd like to tell about the next prayer that we're going to be singing. So many thousands of years ago, there was a king, and he had 2 wives, and each wife had a son. One of these sons was Druva. He's just a small 4-year-old boy. One of the days he's playing in the throne room of the king, near his father, and he sees his father sitting on top of his throne. And this little 4-year-old boy, he gets up off the floor and starts to walk his way over to his father because he wants to sit on the throne on his father's lap. It's a natural emotion. And then one day he's a prince, so it's very likely that he will be seated on that throne. But as he's approaching his father, the first wife of the king, his stepmother, stops him. And with a smile, yet devious words, she says, "My dear boy, what are you doing? You cannot sit on the throne, for you have not come from my womb. Only my son has the right to sit on that throne. You'd best go elsewhere, because that throne is no place for you." Now, one thing to know specifically about royalty back then, kings and queens, they come from a group of people called a kshatriya, meaning a warrior. A leader leads from the front, not from a comfortable seated position thousands of miles away. So a young prince who's being trained as a warrior king, you can imagine he did not take that lightly. In fact, the whole time his stepmother is saying this to him, his lips are trembling, his body's quivering, he's angry and sad at the same time. And he runs away to the only shelter he knows, to his mother. And word spreads quickly through the palace, and his mother hears of this, and then she sees little Druva running up to her, tears flowing from his eyes, but still lip quivering in anger. And then she goes to console her son, and she embraces him. And she says, "My dear son, it is okay. I understand what happened, and I know why you're angry. But alas, even though I can protect you, I cannot give you this desire of sitting on the throne on your lap of your father, on the lap of your father." And Dhruva's eyes are still falling down. She's practically drenching his mother in his tears. But his mother, seeing the intention within his heart, consoles him with the following words: "Although I may not be able to grant you your desire, there is someone who can. Pray to the Supreme Personality. Pray to Hari, for he can deliver you this benediction." Now, I want you all to think back to when you were little. I know a lot of times when people say a childlike mentality is a bad thing to have, but if you actually think about it in a different mindset, let's say you were young and you saw a sweet that you really wanted. You kept, at least I know for me, I'm speaking from personal experience, I would pester my mother until I got that treat. Because my mind was so focused, hyper-fixed on that one thing that I wanted, that one goal that I wanted to achieve. That's the beauty of childhood. Your life isn't so engrossed in so many different things that keep you occupied or busy. You are more able to easily focus. In Dhruva's case, focusing on that throne at his father's lap. So he was wrapped with attention, listening to his mother on how he could achieve this goal. She carefully described that he should go to the forest and pray to Hari. Taking this to heart, this young 4-year-old boy leaves the palace, leaves all the wealth, riches, servants, everything behind, and he goes to the forest. And then he begins to meditate upon the description that his mother told him. So at the bottom of the paper, there is a prayer called Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu. So we'll go through the first time. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu. Please repeat.
Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu.
Mangalam Garudadvaja.
Mangalam Garudadvaja.
Mangalam Pundarikaksha.
Mangalam Pundarikaksha.
Mangalaya Tano Hari.
Mangalaya Tano Hari.
Auspiciousness to Lord Vishnu. Auspiciousness to him who has Garuda as his flag. Garuda is Lord Vishnu's eagle carrier. Auspiciousness to him with eyes like the lotus. Auspiciousness to Hari. This is what Dhruva went to the forest with, fixed in his mind's eye, and he began to fervently meditate. Now, when a small boy goes missing, you can pretty sure, I'm sure everyone will get that phone alert, right? Same thing even back then. Word travels fast, especially if it's a member of the royal family and that member is only 4 years old. So pretty soon, a traveling great sage by the name of Narada Muni hears of little Dhruva off in the forest, and he goes to see Dhruva because Narada Muni is a devotee of the Lord. And wherever Vishnu's glories are chanted, Narada Muni goes. So going to the forest, he sees a small little boy, mind fixed, dead steel determination, aiming for the supreme to achieve his goal. And then he takes compassion upon the small boy, and he begins to speak to Dhruva by placing a hand on his head. And he asks, Dhruva, you've come here to the forest, all by yourself, simply to pray to the Lord. Don't you know it is dangerous? Dhruva is unfazed. He is a warrior, even though he's 4 years old. And he explains, I want the throne so I can sit on my father's lap. And my mother has given me this instruction, and I will do it. Now, in bhakti, or in anything, you always need a teacher. It's impossible to do anything without proper instruction. Can anyone here right now do open heart surgery? I haven't tried. You can try. Would anyone like to trust Bhaja Govinda with open heart surgery?
He's a pretty good guy. He'll take care.
He has a good heart. But no, you have to go to medical school. You have to go through rigorous training, sometimes even decades, to get to the point where you can perfectly perform that procedure. The same thing goes with bhakti. Anyone can take up this practice, but it is a lifelong practice that you constantly perfect over time. So this is how Dhruva attained perfection. Through a guru, through a teacher, through Narada Muni. Narada Muni would begin to explain a beautiful description of Narayan, the Supreme Personality. He would start down from the feet and explain how they would have a lovely pinkish shaft on hue on the bottom, and that bumblebees would swirl around them as they were like smelling for nectar. Going up, a beautiful golden silken robe that hugs around his waist. Going up the torso, long garlands of flowers and a beautiful gem adorned. Working up the shoulders to the head. The entire complexion of Hari is dark, like a rain cloud. This is often called jam. So especially here in Florida, we're very familiar with that. Especially now that we're entering into hurricane season, the skies are actually going to be very Hari colored. And then on top of Hari's head, you have a beautiful golden crown. Narada Muni gave this amazing description for little Dhruva to focus his meditation on. You pray to something abstract, but when you have something that you can actually focus your mind's eye on, an object of your vision, that is when you can become truly perfect. And finally, Narada Muni bowed down close to little Dhruva's ear, and he whispered the following mantra that he instructed him to pray upon. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
I bow to Lord Vasudeva, Krishna. The Supreme Person has unlimited names, just like there are unlimited grains of sand on the beach. So we can address the Supreme Person in all of these various ways. Vishnu, Krishna, Bhagavan, Vasudeva. With that, Narada Muni took his leave. Little Dhruva began to meditate using this mantra. For the first couple months, all he would sustain himself on fruits, berries, nuts from the forest, and water that he could collect. After a few more months, it would just be a few leaves and water. Soon it would be just the dew off the leaves. And at the end, he would be standing on one leg, arms up, only sustaining himself on his life's breath. Through this vigorous pranayama and through his meditation on this mantra, he was able to meditate, looking down from feet first, up the body, all the way up to the beautiful face of Hari. And after a while, he began to feel transcendental bliss in his heart. He could see the bumblebees buzzing around, that beautiful smile looking at him. And then, he vanished. black. He couldn't see the Lord anymore. Shocked and distraught, he opens his eyes, looking around everywhere to the side, trying to close his eyes again to get that vision back. It wouldn't be there. Finally, he just fully opened his eyes right in front of him. The entire meditation that he was been doing. Hari was standing right before him, the bumblebees at his feet, the swaying golden robes, beautiful sham, dark-colored ring of complexion, the smile and the crown, all looking down upon Dhruva. And this 4-year-old boy was lost for words, could not even speak a single syllable. And then Hari placed his hand upon his head, and beautiful prayers began spewing forth from Dhruva. He even completely forgot the whole purpose he was out there in the forest to begin with. He had no recollection of his father, of the throne. All he was focused on was pleasing the Lord. After these prayers, the Lord smiled at Dhruva and gave him the benediction that he would always be with him. But he would have to go back first to rule the kingdom. Dhruva did so, knowing that at the end of his time here on earth, he would see his Lord again. But at the time of his death, when the Lord came personally to escort him back to the spiritual sky, Dhruva paused. He said, "Wait, I cannot go, for I must take my first guru, my mother. She has to come with me. For if it was not for her, I would have not gone on this devotional path and be with you now." The Lord smiles at Dhruva. He gestures to the side. And right there, aboarding another transcendental airplane, his mother is going back with him. And for his devotion, Dhruva was gifted a spiritual planet in the spiritual sky, which also resides here in the material world. In the common tongue, we call it Polaris, or the North Star. But in the Vedas, the ancient Shastras, we call it Dhruvaloka. And the entire universe rotates around the pole star. So if you ever want to find motivation for determination in your spiritual progress, look to Dhruva Maharaj. Because if a small 4-year-old boy can go to the forest and achieve perfection, anyone can try. So we're going to go ahead and recite these prayers just as Dhruva Maharaj did. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam
Hare
Just one.
So now everyone can flip their page over. And we see some new words. And with the story that Krishna was telling earlier, he was telling the story about Dhruva Maharaj. And Dhruva Maharaj actually compared the creator of this material world, his name is Brahma. He compared his house to shards of glass when he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead appear before him. And this creator of the universe is the one who has sung this prayer, Govinda Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. And this is what we will be singing.
Govinda Radhe.
We'll start sitting over when you're sitting.
Yes, Hari Bol.
So we're now going to go to the last mantra on the sheet. It's on the back, right above Krishna picture here. So this is going to be more of a slow, meditative kirtan before the big finale, I would say. So I want you to focus on one thing you learned about Bhakti today, whether it was in the beginning when we were talking about Chaitanya coming 500 years ago, whether it's the Maha Mantra that we've sang so many times, whether it's the story of Dhruva Maharaj, the 4-year-old prince who was praying to the Supreme, or any of the mantras. I want you to focus on one thing, because this is going to be more of a slow, meditative kirtan or chanting. So just take deep breaths and focus. This mantra, Ram, means the source of all pleasure. Sita, we cannot experience that reservoir of pleasure without Sita. And Jai is like calling. So the translation is calling upon Lord Ram and Goddess Sita. Victory, victory to Ram. So let us all sing. Ram.
Got one last bow. Also make sure that everybody gets their cardio in for the day. Since we talked about it earlier at the beginning, 500 years ago, the Supreme Person descended into West Bengal as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's often called the incarnation of love. So before, if you flip back to the front page, the Maha Mantra, or you translate that directly to English, it means the great mantra. Whenever you have the title Maha, it means great, or the greatest. We've chanted so many mantras today, but the Maha Mantra is like only 3 words. It's super simple. And yet, in its simplicity, it's also the most complex. And it is the easiest way to attain self-realization in this age. It's often in Kali Yuga, it's referred to as the age of quarrel, hypocrisy. People butt heads all the time over the smallest little thing. Literally just go outside and watch the drivers in Florida. The world is like a monkey's brain, going here and there everywhere. It's crazy. The way to control oneself and the mind, the self, and the soul that lies within our true self is through Bhakti Yoga. And 500 years ago, Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya, gave us this Maha Mantra. It was existing previously before, but he made it public. Before, this was something that you only did in fire sacrifices personally in your home, something that was private. But he is the incarnation of love. He wanted to share this with everyone. It didn't matter whether you were a high priest or you were a simple banana salesman on the street. Everyone deserved this mantra because everyone is equal in the eyes of God. So he wanted to share this. But he didn't just go and share it simply by sitting under a tree and chanting in public. He danced. He sang. He brought a variety of instruments on. He made it, like earlier we were saying, a spiritual party. And when he danced, I mean he danced in the Shastra, or what you call sacred text. It's described that when Mahaprabhu would dance, he would spin like a dust devil, like a tornado. Or other times he would move as if he were a drunken lion. He would really feel the love in every emotion in each syllable. And that's why it's so easy. In 1965, Srila Prabhupada, who is one of the founders of the Bhakti movement in the West, he came all the way from India with just a suitcase full of books and the equivalent of about $7 US. He came bringing this mantra. He sat in Tompkins Square Park, and just like Mahaprabhu, he began to sing and chant in public. Lo and behold, now you're going well past 50 plus years later. There are dozens of centers around the world. Kirtan is being sung in every single country on earth. It's widespread, just as Mahaprabhu wanted to see every single soul on earth chanting, dancing, and being happy. So that's what we're going to do to finish off. So don't be afraid to stand up, stretch, because I know we've been sitting down a lot, and have at it. Let's see a bunch of drunken lions.
Haribol.
Krishna
Hare loudly. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna. Hare Hare. With your hearts. Hare Rama. Hare child calling for his mother. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare
I'm just a vessel of this servant, grateful to have you all here with such wonderful and enthusiastic and talented devotees. Thank you for sharing today. Thank you all for being here and